Yo, what is up, guys? So this is a huge win for gamers everywhere, even if you weren't a fan of Star Wars, because this game got so much hate. It didn't matter what kind of content you were uploading. If it had anything to do with the new Star Wars Battlefront 2, you just got a bunch of hate. I felt it myself firsthand. But anyways, EA decided to put out this statement, and we'll get into it in a second for the full read. But anyways, the short thing to sum it up over here that's important is they said, today we turned off the in-game purchases for Star Wars Battlefront 2. The game is built on your input and will continue to evolve and grow. Read the full update. Now, I'll get into that in a second. Now, it is a huge win, but I want to say it's only temporary. But anyways, like I said, this game has gotten so much hate. People are thumbs downing all the content that is created from it. Even though I had early access to the game, I was just playing single player, and people were like, I can't believe you support this game. I'm like, what? I legitimately felt like the single player was pretty cool. But the game quickly became a meme on the internet. I'm sure a lot of you guys have read articles, but this was one of the most popular ones. And you guys can see over here, this guy is actually having a chat with someone that I think represents maybe like the returns department. But anyways, you guys can see the employee over here asks, may I know the reason for the cancellation, because someone canceled like the pre-order. And this other person says, I'm sure you've heard, same reason as all the others. And he just says, right. Like, he understands because of the microtransactions and people complaining about it, because people don't want these in the games. I don't want them either. I'm not defending microtransactions as far as it being good for the players. Obviously, for them making money, it's good. I mean, when I was even streaming and just talking about playing the game, and even when I was doing single player, I got a ton of hate from it. I'm not sponsored by EA. I legitimately did enjoy Star Wars Battlefront 2 single player. People were like, do you support child gambling? I don't know if it was me, because I didn't see that guy on my channel before. But, I mean, yeah, I mean, just go check out my new website, CSGO. I mean, I just found this website. But, no, jokes aside, this is a huge win, because, you know, gamers do not want microtransactions in the game. Now, here's where I feel like it's a little bit shady, though, with their statement. So this is the full statement. It's from the original statement here. It said read the full update, but you can just click on it and it'll enlarge it. But anyways, important thing here, I highlighted it over it in red for those of you guys that want to like get the important part out of it. Obviously, if you want to read the full thing, pause it, screen cap it, whatever. But anyways, the important part in red is over here. It says we're turning off all in-game purchases. So that means you cannot buy what's called crystals. That is the in-game like currency. That's what allows you to buy loot boxes, because the game is built off of loot boxes and it takes thousands and thousands of hours. Someone made like a Reddit post. It was like 4,000 hours in the game to actually unlock everything, or you can spend $2,000+ to unlock everything. Now, here's where I feel like it's a little bit shady. It says later in their full statement, the ability to purchase crystals in-game will become available at a later date. Now, this is where I feel like, dude, that's still kind of wrong. Like, if you really wanted to make everyone happy and want people to buy your game, I think what they should have done is says we're turning off all in-game purchases, and then they just left it at that. Do not say, we're going to let you purchase them later down the line, because this is still kind of a problem that is inherently already in the game. Now, if people had early access to the game, like myself, like I had earlier access to the game, so I was getting content for you guys. But those people that bought, you know, microtransactions, are they going to be refunded? Are they going to like lose out on the stuff that they purchased? Because I'm sure that they would be upset if they like lost some of their stuff that they bought. But then also, if they don't get refunded, I'm sure that some people would be upset too, because they're like, well, you disabled it now, then why don't I get my money back? So it's a kind of a nightmare for EA over here. But as far as the game being like pay to win, a lot of you guys came into my stream and asked, you know, how bad is the pay to win in this game? I feel like if you are good, you can still manage to do, you know, relatively well. Obviously, there are things that are going to straight up give you an advantage. It's basically having like an extra perk. There are so many things that are just straight up an advantage. It's not like, you know, you trade off like attack damage for this, or you trade off this for this. It's just straight up, you gain extra, you know, stats on something. Your shields are boosted. You get shorter cooldowns. Like, it's just straight up a boost. But I feel like what's going to happen is later down the line, due to how the game is structured, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys understand that this game was probably very expensive to produce. As far as its longevity goes, this might actually hurt the game in another way. Obviously, it's good that microtransactions are gone, but at the end of the day, they said that they're going to release at a later date the ability to purchase crystals. Now, if they just make it so it's skins, I'm sure a lot of people would be okay with that. Like, personally for me, I really don't care if there's extra skins on different characters and you have to like get them out of a loot box. I really don't mind, honestly. But when it comes down to like, you know, actual things that give you an advantage in the game, that's where I feel like that's kind of wrong. But at the end of the day, I think that what's going to happen due to investors in the game, what's going to happen is they probably have some type of agreement where they have to have a long plan for the game as far as they earning revenue, and that is just one way that they plan to earn revenue. And if they don't get that revenue, does that mean the future DLC that will be free for the game will suck because they don't have enough money, or is that going to mean that it's going to come out at a later date, or is that going to mean that we get less DLC? Because the DLC for this game is supposed to be free, and that's really cool, but they have microtransactions to kind of support it. So I don't know, it's kind of like a win-loss, but again, I feel like what's going to happen is later down the line they're just going to reintroduce and maybe they'll add some new guns, and at that point people will be upset, but technically they already made you buy the game, so you got baited. So I really feel like it was a business decision for them to go ahead and just remove microtransactions temporarily, kind of like how Call of Duty did it in Black Ops 3. Like, guys, it's going to be cosmetic only, then the guns came out. Call of Duty World War II, that game didn't have microtransactions at the start, and then later they will introduce them. I think that is just kind of a sneaky thing to do, but that's just how gaming is these days. They gotta have like a longer plan for the game, and that's kind of unfortunate, but I figured I'd go ahead and make this video real quick for you guys so you guys could you know, maybe make that decision for yourself. Maybe you want to pick up the game now that they have removed microtransactions. Although, like I said, I feel like because they said crystals at a later date, it really isn't such a big win. It's just that it's a temporary win. But anyways, let me know your guys' thoughts down below. By the way, I'll be uploading a bunch of extra Star Wars content. Well, I'll be getting more multiplayer gameplay for you guys and uploading and doing some commentary and stuff and going over like some guides in the game, because now I'm more confident that people won't be hating so hard in the comments just simply because the game was pay to win. Even though I was playing the campaign, that campaign, I promise you guys, is not pay to win. It's apparently pretty short. But anyways, that said, thanks for watching, guys, and if you guys want to catch me on Twitch, I will definitely be live streaming this game later, probably tonight. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I am signing out.